Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the first, as of this recording, this is the first Titan interview of the summer split, and we're starting things off, at least I am, with SYN wins Animosity in the Titan Immortal League. This is after week one, the Monday after the week one of Titan Immortal. Things have gotten underway, and we're going to take a dive into, Animosity's as a player, his history, and the SYN win team that has started off their season so far 1-0. My name is Faris, showcaster here at Titan Esports. Let's get into it. Animosity, who is now appearing on your screen as a GIF of Kled.
Hello.
How are you feeling, my friend? Thanks for being here.
I am feeling great. Thank you so much.
Awesome. And so tell me, just to get the people watching this interview familiar with you as a player, what is your history as an amateur League of Legends player? Is this your first season with Titan? Have you played many seasons with Titan in the past? Give us a little bit of history of how you kind of got to where you are right now.
Oh, wow. Well, I wasn't typically an amateur player. I did CLOL for a little bit, and then I was a Kled one trick for a while, and then I started to, after I saw how fun competitive was, I kind of expanded my champ pool a little bit. But I actually played in ACL and OQs and other various tournaments before coming to AML. I did participate in Immortal last split. I don't want to talk about what happened then. You can look it up if you want. Lowest rated team. Anyways. Yeah, now I'm here. I'm also doing AML. First time in AML at least, but yeah.
Awesome. Well, hopefully then, you're kind of alluding to the fact that you weren't necessarily happy with the results of your last time around in Immortal. So hopefully this time is a little bit better for you on SYN win. And so tell me now, you kind of gave your little bit of history there. How did you land yourself on this team? Did someone give you a call for a tryout? Did you just find it on like an LFT posting? How did you make your way here?
Okay, so it's a funny story, and I'm glad I had this opportunity, but I was looking to coach in like an Emerald roster for, I don't know, just any team really. So I posted, looking to do coaching for free post in this server. So Lost from Syndicate reached out to me last split, and like a few other orgs reached out to me as well, but I stuck with Syndicate because I actually liked that team. Like, the players didn't have ego. It was actually the winners of last splits. What is it? The Conquer League? Yeah, the Titan Conquer League. Syndicate, Like a Dragon, is the team I coached. So during my time coaching them, Lost was in the works of making a 600 LP team. He was like, hey, would you like to be like the main guy that kind of build a roster around or something? And I was like, yeah, I'm down to make a 600 LP cap team. So I kind of joined him in that project, and we found some pretty good players, and I'm happy with my team. I think my jungler is the best jungler in League, so yeah.
There you go. I mean, hey, that's really interesting. So you were given like the whole creative reins to build this roster. That's really interesting. So now tell me then, you said your jungler you think is the best in the whole league. Give me, like, very quickly, if you had to come up with one reason why you picked somebody or picked every player that is on the team.
Well,
what is that one thing that they bring to the table and the reason you wanted them here?
Well, okay, well, I guess I shouldn't say that I really picked them, because it was Lost did all the recruiting, because I don't really know anyone for 600 LP cap. Everyone I'm friends with is above 600 LP cap, but he found our jungler and our mid, they were actually the only tryouts that we had, and we were just like, yeah, we're gonna stick with these people because they're pretty good. And support and ADC, we had like maybe 5 tryouts for each, maybe not 5, maybe like 4, but tryouts went on for like 2 or 3 months, I think, something like that. It was kind of, yeah, it was a long process, but we finally got it done. I think these are really good players. So
Okay, so maybe instead of you kind of saying, hey, let's take this player that I know, it was more so you were able to see, like, certain players were recruited by coaching staff and you were able to kind of give your opinions on how tryouts.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. But still, you had a little bit of say in things based on the selection that the coaching staff gave you. You seem, like you said, you came over from playing solo queue, a Kled one trick. You have like 140 games of Kled this season on your OPGG. So it'd be safe to say then you have a lot of games on Jax too. You're a player that likes to play aggressive, maybe sort of a carry style. Like Kled isn't necessarily like a hyper carry or anything, but he's definitely an aggressive laner. You've already played Kled in your first matchup this season. Is this style something you think you're going to be playing a lot of here? You've already taken the back seat in the second game of your first series where you played Shen, kind of more of that supportive role. Do you feel like you're going to be playing more of that aggressive style this season, or are you just kind of trying different things out with the way that the rest of your team works?
I really just pick for what I think will give me leverage over my opponent. But I usually do have a carry play style. I play fighters mostly. I like to fight. I don't really play tanks, which I guess some people may see as a weakness in me, but it's never done me wrong. So
Well, I mean, hey, you play what you're good at, and you can probably make it work. Because even in today in League, you know, even if you're not playing like a straight up tank like a Mundo right now, which is super broken, then I mean, if you're playing Kled, you can still be quite beefy and still be some type of frontline while also murdering everyone if you're ahead. So you can kind of fulfill that role. You can get the best of both worlds. At least it can work out.
Yep.
Is that how you want people in the Titan Immortal community, the people watching the games, the other top laners and players playing in this league? Do you want them to perceive you as that guy that's going to take it right to you in lane and is going to be really hard to deal with early on?
Yes, that is exactly how I want it to go. I do play like Ornn, Poppy sometimes, you know. I can pull out tanks if I need to. I actually enjoy playing Ornn. I used to main him these like 3 seasons ago, but yeah.
Not as fun as the Kled. That is for sure.
Yeah, that is for sure.
Ornn can be a menace, though. There's that copy pass about Ornn fulfilling every single role in League of Legends: the Juggernaut, the carry, the damage dealer, the tank. So not kind of like a Swiss Army knife of a pick there if you're going to play something tanky. But let's talk about your team now as a whole. When you guys built this roster, you selected all your players. You said you guys did tryouts, pretty robust tryouts as well, a process of 2-3 months, like you said.
Yeah.
What is the expectation once you guys established your team that you guys set for yourselves this split? Are you saying to yourselves, we want to be champions, nothing less? Or is it like, we want to make playoffs? What are your expectations as a team?
We're winning it all.
Nothing.
That's it.
You know what? Enough said. And honestly, I mean, that should be, I mean, obviously, if you're building a roster for this league, you know, you're going to be building it to win. So I think that's fair. You guys have already started off on a good standing. You got a 2-0 win in your first match. You played Kled. And then, like I said earlier, you played Shen. How did that opening match feel for you? Obviously, it's nice to get the win, but how did it feel in terms of the team synergy compared to maybe scrims you had beforehand going into that series? What was it like to have that kind of opener?
Well, I think it kind of felt similar to scrims, which is we stopped them.
Yeah.
But to be fair, they had to have a mid lane E-sub. So they had a -2 ban, so that is why the Kled was left open. I'm assuming they would have banned it. Everyone does. Still would have won regardless, but yeah, their mid laner I think was they had their graduation that day. So, I mean, don't want to skip out on graduation for a League of Legends match. So I don't blame him, but I don't know. Congrats to him for graduating. And unfortunate that they had to use an e-sub. So.
Well, it gets you at least one CLUD game this year. If it's going to be banned for the rest of the year, you got your one game in, and you can kind of show people what it's all about. And probably an even greater chance that it's going to be taken away every single time. And you said you stopped them. It was a bit of an easier win comparable to your scrims. Your next opponent is Cupid Esports, and they have 4 out of the 5 of last year's Maelstrom Esports Championship roster. Now, 2 of them are listed as a sub. I think it's Trixui, who is formerly Maelstrom Jungler, Lokidosi, who is formerly their AD carry, but they have 5 in the top lane. You're going to be playing against the defending Titan Immortal top laner, and then Castek in the mid lane as well. Do you have any thoughts on Cupid? Have you researched them at all? Do you have any thoughts about that matchup coming up this Thursday?
I'm aware of them. Yeah, I think if there's any top contender in Immortal, it's Cupid, as well as DDG. I think those are the other 2 strongest teams besides us. Yeah, it'll be. I think it will be a very fun and competitive match, and if someone could stream that, that would be very cool. But if it doesn't get streamed, oh well. You know, I do know their players. I'm familiar with them. I've played against 5on in like a different league. I also played against them last split in Titan Immortal. I think he's a pretty good player, but I think we're still gonna come out on top.
Still gonna come out on top. You got that confidence going forward for that next matchup. Well, you know what? It's been a pretty good bit of information we've gotten on you as a player, on SYN WIN as a team. Big match coming up this Thursday against Cupid Esports. So if that is being streamed, I'm not sure yet, definitely tune into that for those that are watching this, or just pay attention to how it goes down. A matchup between 2 potential very top teams. Animosity, before we close out, are there any shout outs you want to give to anyone before we end?
Richard is a noob.
And that, okay, Richard, whoever you are, you're a noob. Yeah, Animosity said it. That's probably one of the most unique shoutouts I've ever had. I've interviewed a lot of people over the last couple months, and I think your shoutout is the most unique. Richard.
Awesome.
Animosity has said it. Thank you so much for your time on this interview, and good luck to you next Thursday in your matchup.
Thank you so much.
That was it. That was Animosity's top laner, Animosity is the top laner for SYN WIN in the Titan Immortal League. Stay tuned for more interviews in the future, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you, everyone.